There we go. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, come on. What's up, Gino? Wednesday,
morning.
June 3rd, Marketing Live News Show. Talking about the biggest stories of the day. Great slate for the people today. It's a big news day. I also want to let you know, Gino, as of 44 minutes ago, the New York police have lifted the ban on Knicks watch parties outside of Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
Tonight, Knicks game 1. If you're in New York, you can be at the watch party. And the content from that will be just incredible, Gino.
Of course, vibes are
just
palpable.
great vibes right now. Will you be at the New York Knicks watch party?
I will not be at the New York Knicks watch party, but I encourage everybody here in New York to go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Big show today. To kick off the show in a couple minutes here, we're going to have the graduating class of Goodby Silverstein and Partners, the Academy. Gino, can you explain what the Academy is for the people that don't know?
It's Goodby's free internal incubator portfolio school. It's really dope here. It's a competitor to the portfolio schools out there. They go there for a year. Big thing is, Jack, it's free.
Yeah.
There's no cost, eliminating the barriers, helping people break into the industry. We love to see it. So this is an intensive program. They just graduated after a year long here, so we're going to celebrate with them.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So that'll be in a minute. And then after that, we're bringing back the green screen. We're breaking down the new KFC and Uncommon Stockholm creative work out of home.
We'll see how that
I'll
goes.
just leave it at that. And then we will have Jessica Williams is the new CMO of OnePay. OnePay is a brand I hadn't heard of until Jessica Williams was appointed. She's one of Shopify's top marketers, and now she comes over to OnePay, financial app situation.
Everything app, it seems.
Yeah,
like
and then
for that.
Kenny Gold.
Kenny G.
Kenny G is the Chief Creator Officer at Edelman, Global Chief Creator.
A new
not
type of
creative.
CCO.
The newest CCO. Excited for that. Kenny Gold comes over from Deloitte Digital. That's Deloitte Digital for those that are not French. But yeah, so big slate, great guests. Shall we get started and bring in the graduating class of Goodby Silverstein and Partners, the Academy?
Oh, look at them.
Welcome to the show, you all.
Hey, you're all live now on the Break Entering Live show. How you guys feeling today?
I think you guys might be on mute. If check in, make sure that you're not on mute. And yeah, here we go. I can hear you.
Hello.
This is.
Congratulations.
It's early on the West Coast, by the way. So appreciate you all joining. Everyone's nodding. They're like, yeah, we're fucking.
And
tired.
they were partying last night, probably.
Oh, for sure. Of course
Graduation
they were.
time here.
All right, so I need one person maybe to just explain for the people how was it, the experience at the Academy, and how excited you are for graduation.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sadie. Yeah, the Academy is awesome. We joined a year ago, all came from around the country and moved to San Francisco, joined Goodby in this lovely program, got to learn from some of the best creatives in the industry. All of our classes were taught by working professionals, so it was really awesome to get like a firsthand look into what agency life looks like. And yeah, now we're all a year out. We've made full portfolios, same as any other portfolio school, but free, which is awesome. And we're about to graduate. We got jobs, some of us have other fun plans planned. We're all doing cool things. And yeah, it's been a really awesome year.
That's perfect.
That's great. Gino, what do you want to ask? I mean, this is the coolest thing you could possibly do at this stage of your career, I feel like. And so when you're at the Academy, are you guys actually inside the agency when you're doing your classwork? So you're around everyone and you're kind of in the building. And so is Zach Canfield, is he kind of running
Balser?
the Academy? Balser?
Yeah,
More Dan.
More Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dan, for the folks at home, is the educator of portfolio schools and advertising. Came from the creative circus. It shut down. It's back now, but it shut down. So moved from Atlanta. Well, I think he still lives in Atlanta, and then he commutes over to San Francisco.
Nice.
He runs the Academy now. He is a great mentor. He has 500 episodes as well on his podcast.
Yeah.
So that's really great here. So I'm curious then, for maybe one or two of you, you can decide, why was it so important to join the Academy at this point in your careers, at this point in the industry? Why join the Academy?
I think for
me at least, and I can speak for a lot of us, when it comes to the opportunities that advertising school can offer you, I think like a really big part of it is the cost. I think for the most part, like financially speaking, like where we are in the world, like that can definitely be an obstacle. That could be in a lot of people's ways. So this definitely like brought that kind of, I guess, problem like to ground, and it really came to like just the people that applied, right? Like I think you probably saw a specific kind of personality that was applying to the academy versus like Denver Ad School or Miami Ad School or even VCU. So it's definitely like integral to the kind of personality that you're seeing here.
Also for people who don't have like a traditional college experience or don't have like traditional advertising experience, we all come from like a lot of different backgrounds, and the academy really like builds it up from the very beginning and kind of teaches you the fundamentals, and then it's compact into a one tight year, but it's I think very, very thorough.
A lot of different backgrounds, like you mentioned. So you all come together, and so now is this crew just like you guys hanging out all the time? I think you sent over some pictures, one of which looked a little. It looked like it was outside the agency, potentially a little bit of a pregame party situation, which made me laugh out loud.
I want to hang out with them
so
all.
how did it take a while for the crew to gel? If you're coming from all the different backgrounds, talk about the camaraderie of this crew right now.
No, I think right from the get-go, we were all a little bit awkward on the first day. We still are, but now we're like a family. So I think from day one or day two, we were like very much hanging out all the time, bouncing ideas off of each other, working really well together and collaborating, which was really, really cool.
That's nice to hear, because if Jack was a student there, he would be establishing cliques, side crews, factions, if you will, like side hangouts, talking trash. That's kind of Jack's mentality there. Well, it's really good if you're in the clique, but if you're outside of it,
this is why it's great that the academy is only 1 year, because if it was 2 years, then we'd start thinking about, let's get our cliques, let's see, what crew. I'm only going to hang out with these people. Pin people against each other. I think that's always great. So for you all, I want someone to answer, what's like the state, how are you all feeling about entering the advertising industry? Because all these people and all these publications, they write about the junior role, and like they kind of like scare bait, it almost feels like. But I want to ask directly the people that are going to be the next generation of creative talent in the advertising industry, how are you feeling about joining the industry?
I mean, I think we feel pretty good. I think it's one of those things where it's all just about outreach and getting your work in front of the right people. And ultimately it's just like it's like a numbers game. You just need one person to like what you do and to take a chance on you. So I think it's all just about getting it in front of the right people. And I feel like this year has prepared us for making our work and presenting it well. And then at the very end, it's kind of like, okay, where are you trying to go places where they make the work that you want to make, and then just trying to, find your way in there, and I guess break and enter.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Clip that.
Oh, what was your name, sir?
What was his name?
Dallas.
Or Dulu.
I mean, that was incredible.
So, I think with this program, it's important to note too, it's not a feeder program like specifically into Goodby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's nice if they do hire some of you. I'm sure a lot of you would like that as well. But like, you are ready now to work at any ad agency. And other recruiters, I know for a fact, the different agencies are like, well, Goodby is a fantastic agency, and they have this program. Might as well pick from one of them. Yep. So that's my note there. But I want to get to a question about the actual structure of the program. What percent of this is working on spec campaigns versus a percent are you actually working on client campaigns for Goodby Silverstein and Partners?
We're only working on spec work. We're not working on any actual campaigns for GS&P.
Wow. So it's completely isolated, which is great. But some of the instructors come in from Goodby like after work or whenever they have time. That's really great too.
Well, it's kind of nice. I mean, if you get to just focus on the spec work versus having, if you're like just getting pulled in, I feel like that's what separates this from like an internship.
For sure.
Like this is like focused. I love on the website, there's a quote from
it's the best quote.
Jeff, if we can pull it up. I think, we've got it. We're looking at it.
I think it's like, I went to Harvard. Don't do that. It's really expensive, plus we're a lot more fun.
So do you all like have a chance to interact with Jeff and Rich? I think I always say this to a lot of people, like it's very rare that nowadays, like Jeff and Rich are kind of two of the last standing just people of the goal, like really just titans of the industry that are still in the building. So do you all have a chance to like chat with Jeff and Rich, and what is that experience like?
Yeah, I think they're in the building, so you can just walk up to them and say like, "What's up?" and they're really chill about that. And it's really nerve-wracking at first because you're like, your name is on the building, but when you get past that, they're really cool people and they're happy to share their thoughts on your work. And they've been really helpful just chatting with them about competitions and just seeing their perspective. And obviously, like they've been in it so long that they have insights that we like hope to have, but it's been really great having access to them.
Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, this is why Gino. Yeah, I was gonna say this is why Gino would not be good in this position because he would be so scared to give Jeff or Rich his work or ask for.
No,
feedback.
I wouldn't talk. I would be freaked out. This is why it's so important to have a creative partner like Jack here. Like he has the confidence, so it's like I can walk into a room if Jack's there. But if it's just me and Rich or Jeff, I'm not going to be able to make it personally. If you guys are willing to. I'm very curious if anybody has any jobs lined up or like getting close to something and would like to share that, like especially if it's an agency outside of Goodby. Anybody want to?
Who wants it? Come on,
share their experience.
Hi, I'm Connolly, and this is my partner Maya, and we just got an internship at BBDO New York. We moved on Monday, and we start on Tuesday. But yeah, I feel like the academy just really helped prepare us for that, and we're excited to put everything we learned here into practice. And just being in an actual agency environment, I feel more confident in going into there and like knowing how creative directors like you to like be bold and just approach them and like bug them and just like I feel like I have a lot more confidence.
Absolutely.
That's what I was gonna say. That it has to be a big for a confidence just to be inside the building of an agency. I remember like just starting my first job, working like finance or something, but having an internship where I just spent time inside an actual office. It does help a lot. Well, amazing. Appreciate you all. This has been fantastic. Thank you for joining. I love that. Throw that heart up. Everyone put your hearts up.
That's for Balser, Dan Balser. We love you.
Thank you all so much.
We love Dan. And Dana. We love Dana. Thank you, Dana.
Dana. Shout out Dana.
Shout out to Dana.
Amazing. Thank you all so much. That's the Academy, the graduates, the most interviewees we've ever had in one segment. They were amazing.
They did a good job. They did a good job isolating and handing it off. The presentation skills are good.
Yeah, everyone was there, Gino.
They're ready.
Amazing. Get ready. That was funny. I mean, like, great execution by the production team as well.
Yes, nicely done, everybody. It's a cool program. It's a really cool one.
It is. You got Goodby Silverstein and Partners. They're kind of leading the way. I think you have to have a handful of agencies that have had a lot of success to be the ones that are kind of responsible for moving the industry forward and carrying that burden.
Yeah, that's what it's all
about.
You give back.
You give forward. It all works out.
That's all good.
You'll be all right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Rich Silverstein quote, blah, blah, blah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. Should we do the 2-minute drill?
Let's do the 2-minute drill.
We're going to do the 2-minute drill. The 2-minute drill it's taking over the universe.
Presented by Rothmans.
It's unbelievable. Presented by Rothmans, a 2-minute drill. The biggest marketing topics of the day. Let's get into it. WhatsApp.
They did a documentary, Jack. You want to break this down from a fundamental standpoint
It's a legitimate documentary. And I don't mean documentary like a 8-minute short film. I mean like a real documentary. So Modern Arts, the agency here, to create a real life documentary about this guy that plays at Arsenal and the England star, Bukayo Saka.
That's sick.
And so WhatsApp doing it. And they're doing it. So like the integration, for those that are curious, is, they'll reveal some private WhatsApp messages that he has to move his story forward.
Yeah.
So that is like the integration, but branded entertainment, Gino.
Yeah, people don't want to watch a 30-second ad. They want to watch 80 minutes of an ad, Jack. And branded entertainment here, that's what they're betting on. And it should be timely and good for them. World Cup obviously is coming up. You've been under a rock.
Yeah.
You know that, but also Premier League champion player. He's on Arsenal. They just won the Premier League. See how I knew that, Ellie? Thank you. I did a little homework for this. So it's got that star power right now, so that's feeling good.
Yeah, it could have been easy for them to just do some sort of spot, get about 55 different celebrities and soccer players for a commercial and call it a day. But you take it one step further. This obviously is a long time in the works, but for something like this, a cultural moment that is a big deal, like the World Cup, it makes sense to go and do something that would take longer to make. right? Because you know that it's coming and you know it's going to be a big moment. So you can kind of with a degree of certainty know that it's going to be super relevant at that moment. So you can prepare ahead of time with a massive production.
You know, think about the prep work and like when this project kicked off, the fact that it was earlier on and then they won the Premier League.
Awesome.
It's just, that's
Content.
a CMO's dream. That's a CEO's dream right there for what's
It's a content dream. So Modern Arts is the agency. Agencies are making documentaries, Gino. Another agency I know that does this is Known.
Yes.
Another
That
great
was a good
agency.
interview with Ross Martin. Go check it out.
McDonald's World Cup ad. McDonald's puts out their World Cup ad and they bring celebrities, kind of like the classic ones at this point, like David Beckham and Thierry. Are here hanging out at McDonald's. They're not playing soccer. They're not in the streets. They're at a McDonald's, Gino.
They're at a McDonald's showing that everybody likes McDonald's. Doesn't matter if you're a star or if you're Jack Westerkamp, you enjoy a
star
McDouble every once in a while here. Other things to add, Jack. They have collectible cups.
I saw this.
You saw that?
They've talked about this.
Get it?
Ronaldinho.
The World Cup cups.
What?
World Cup cups.
Oh, right.
For McDonald's here. So there, you get it.
Will you be collectibling the World Cup cups?
I don't like stuff. Like we had so much stuff in our office. I'm good with extra.
Okay, let's think about what's a collectible that you would
in general.
Collect? Yeah,
in general, maybe like original first printed ads. Like
That'd be very specific.
That we can hang up and stuff.
Collect first edition ads. Yeah, it's like art. It's like artwork. Yeah. If you could get the...
Could you put it on the wall too, and then it's like, okay, it's a collectible, but it's also artwork.
Yeah, like the A$AP Rocky, where he's smoking weed in front of the American flag.
Yes.
That kind of poster.
Yes.
Yeah, I would collect that for sure.
You had that in your dorm,
no,
I believe,
I
along with Saturdays are for the boys.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not have a Viva La Stool flag in my apartment. That is untrue.
What else we got here?
I've seen a lot of World Cup ads. I think we obviously sit at a different point, but I think it's World Cup. I'm good. It hasn't even started.
You know, the World Cup ads are all about like the sport itself, where Super Bowl is like
nothing.
It takes advantage of the platform and does something completely different. I'm just noticing that. I noticed that today. It's all about soccer and the World Cup.
Yeah, but I guess the difference is that like the Super Bowl is one moment. And they treat it as such?
Yeah.
Treat it as such.
Yeah.
All right. Havas record label. Havas is getting into the music brand and music game. Gino, do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Volume.
It's called Volume, and it's in partnership with Virgin Music Group here. And it's kind of like this bet that they want to get these emerging artists connected with brands. Obviously, Havas has the brands, and then Virgin Music Group can actually support those emerging artists together. And basically the promo for that artist, get them famous here. If you think about it from a brand perspective, if you're creating an ad or you're trying to get onto a viral TikTok video series, whatever, you do need music, and you can tap into a really expensive established artist and spend all your budget, or you can go to Volume here and find a cheaper emerging artist that has the backing of Virgin Music Group and Havas. So that's kind of like the gamble.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm trying to think. I had a take brewing, but I don't really.
Music is a safe play. Live sports is a safe play.
Sports and music are the two right now. It's like everyone's making investments there.
Sports,
it's just owning the entire chain of the transaction. Mm-hmm. Owning the chain, and like these holding companies they just need to find ways in to capture more value and pretty much just like take what they used to outsource and bring it in-house.
Bring it in.
Which like a record label feels similar to that when it's like music licensing and that whole world, and being able to tap into that. Music obviously is a big part of culture. I think now more than ever after with Spotify democratizing, like you can just find emerging artists anywhere. Yeah. And so people put a lot of cultural stake in finding artists early. Sienna Spiro, Gap does this really well with their music videos. They get these artists that are right about to be mega famous, and they bring them in. They still have those cult audiences.
Mac DeMarco, Modest Mouse, John Summit, BTS, all within
John
Virgin.
Summit?
John
New
Summit.
Gerber baby, Gino. Gerber baby.
2026 Gerber baby has just been announced, Jack. Cameron Chung is your Gerber baby from Minnesota. Look at that smile.
Take that.
Make
Every
you
other
smile.
baby, take that.
Oh, it's a competition.
Of course it is.
It is a competition.
You get money, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
$50K, I think.
Yeah. So what do you got on Cameron, Minnesota? What a win. Look at them. This is great.
Is there really much to say? I mean,
Gerber Baby is one of the, what do you think of it as like one of the great ad campaigns?
I mean, it's an iconic brand mascot established in 1928 here. You call a baby a mascot on live?
Brand,
Yes.
Product, great. This is, it harkens back to the McDonald's big arch eat.
It's all about moving sales here.
That's right.
And this baby's going to be moving sales for Gerber here. It's established in 1928. Fun fact alert.
Hit it, JR.
JR's new on the sticks.
JR, take your time. There it is. All right.
All right. It took them 47 years to find out who the original sketch of the Gerber baby was. The one you know, like the original sketch, the logo. It took them 47 years to identify who that was.
Is the baby now alive still?
I mean, 1928. I don't think so.
But it took them 47 years from 1928?
Yes.
Oh, then the baby, I mean, hopefully, the baby would have been 48 or 49 years old by the time they found it. If you're doing math, right?
I'm doing math. This baby was born in 1928.
And
took
they found
them
it 47 years later.
Find out who it was. Yes, they identified that person. Yes. Is that person still alive? Is the question?
Yes. Yeah. Is that person among us?
Probably not.
No. What are you talking about? Do you not think that like 48 years old is not that old?
Well, this baby was born in 1928.
But you said they found. Oh, you think?
Yes.
Right now,
the baby was. They had a baby in 1928.
When they found out the person that it was, did that person know that when they found the person, they identified the person? Now it's like a grown-up adult. When they found,
yes, that person was 47.
And so I want to see that person when they were 47.
Oh, I thought we were talking about if that person was still alive.
Ulta Beauty is back. Ulta Beauty is here to stay. Shout out to Ulta Beauty. This might seem random. Why do we care about Ulta Beauty? Gino, one of the main drivers that they announced in their earnings release for the growth in revenue, TikTok Shop.
Oh, really? I didn't see this.
This is a TikTok Shop. So Wall Street Journal has a great article here talking about some of it. There's another article that I found, and it's Ulta shares. And a year ago, they started their AOR partnership with Vayner Media. Gary V does it again. He's been on TikTok Shop. He's been an evangelist for it, forever. And he got it right here, it seems like, because Ulta Beauty saying a lot of the growth really coming from TikTok Shop. Can you believe that? Ulta Beauty.
I mean, that is insane here. The results speak for themselves. Sales went up 11% year over year. An FE, if you will.
Yep.
I mean, for Vayner in the future here.
Could be. TikTok Shop, if they're doing live TikTok, I don't know if they are, but I imagine that's on the roadmap if we know anything about what Vayner and how they think about social, Gino. Mm-hmm. But Ulta Beauty, their marketing, their full funnel. They've got Vayner as the AOR, and I think they also work with a couple other media companies like IPG Media Brands or whatever that is now.
I saw here that credits to some in-store events as well, like in the partnerships with celebrity brands like Beyonce's Sacred brand.
Well, it's interesting when Ad Age announced the AOR relationship, they announced it as the modern AOR relationship. So meaning that it sounded like they would be using creative insights from social to drive the full funnel of marketing. So when you think about in-store promotions, I imagine that they're using some data that they get from their social insights to feed what the creative is for those in-store promotions and how they do it.
It's genius.
Super interesting. We could talk to someone about that. Next up, the
Coca-Cola closing ad here in a trilogy. That's 3 different ads that they've been releasing over the past few months here. This is the final one here, and it's epic. This has got to be WPP Open X Ogilvy as well. Didn't know that, but I could piece that together from the history here. Shout out to the Knicks, Nick Stoner, Nick Howard, who I know we have been working on this. They're 2 great creatives here. But Jack, talk to me about the work.
I'm really interested about the strategy. I mean, the work itself, it's very cinematic. You can kind of just see. You can't hear it right now, but you can see kind of like there's not really dialogue. It's just feeling it. Everything looks very hot. All these people look thirsty, I will say. They did a good job of that. Look at this guy, he's glistening. And the strategy of doing 3 pretty sizable in terms of the craft and production behind it, different spots over the course of the last few months was an interesting strategy to me. Like you're building towards something.
Did they build towards something? Like, was
Yes.
it like a storytelling throughout the 3 ads?
So the idea, I mean, it's not like, they're not the same storyline, but they're kind of, it makes sense the way that they did it. They started with like bubbling up, and then there was something in the middle, and then this is like no better feeling. This is the resolution. Look at people are celebrating, and you get the satisfaction. Ellie has a question.
Ellie, what's going on?
Here we go. Not on.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm wondering if maybe they made 3 spots because the World Cup will be taking place across 3 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There it is. There it is. Not necessarily a question, more so a statement. Just a prediction. That's a great question. Hey, coincidence? I think not.
There we go.
3 countries.
I love the craft on this
Ellie
one.
does
Jack.
it again. That is the 2-minute drill. Gino, before we get into the green screen segment, the green screen just cracks me the hell up.
That's going to be crazy.
Before we get into the green screen ad breakdown, this one's a particularly good green screen ad that we're going to talk about. Let's get into our ad read. Our ad read. It's Rothmans.
It's Rothmans. You
It's
know us,
Rothmans,
you know
Gino.
Rothmans.
Take it.
Rothmans is a 4th-generation family-owned independent men's store, menswear store, celebrating 100 years in New York City, Jack. It's a real New York City institution with a family ownership and personality. This is yours, Jack. I love when you say this. Everyone's got a car guy. You got a carpenter guy. You got a truck guy. Now you got a clothing guy.
That's
so
right.
that's over here at Rothmans. Jack, what else?
Yeah, I
is
mean,
there?
the experience, you gotta go into the store, because that's where they've been around for 100 years for a reason, that trust that you build up. They're not salesy, they're just like personal stylists. Like they're good. They do the suits for the ESPN broadcasters. And so they've been trusted by a ton of people. You get free personal styling. You leave feeling fresh, looking good. Check out Rothmans ahead of your next wedding, promotion, first job, big meeting, any first date maybe. Go check them out in one of their New York City area locations. I prefer the Union Square store. Mention breaking and entering and you get 10% off. Mention breaking and entering for 10% off. If you have to order online, Breaking 10 is the code for you. Breaking 10 for 10% off. That is Rothman. Shout out. They are the straw that stirs the drink here, and you love them. We love them. Shout out Rothmans. Our next segment, if we're going to keep it rolling, it's the ad breakdown. We're talking about this new ad from KFC in Stockholm with Uncommon, where they're getting people to not share, because people in Stockholm, apparently they don't share their KFC. And to prevent people from stealing your KFC, they came out with this incredible out-of-home spot. Let's kick it over to Gino here for the breakdown.
Hey, welcome to the breakdown here. So we're going to show you the spot. In Sweden, they don't want to freaking share. Just like me and my older brother back in the day, you don't want to share something. Anybody else from Sweden? So here's a spot here. Can't really see it too well, but all Sweden, no sharing. Look at that tongue action there. I mean, that is, and the finger on it, you're getting your particles on it. That is gross, but it's really smart, and we'll break this down a little bit further for you all.
Yeah, what's going on here, Gino? I mean, talk to the camera for me. The by any means necessary. Are you one to pull this maneuver when someone tries to take your chicken?
You know, Jack, I've matured a little bit now. I actually encourage the sharing, but when I was younger, this is something I would absolutely do. And when we look at the out-of-home, this is what I really want to showcase, and I really want to pretend like I'm a passerby.
Yeah, let's do it.
In Sweden, and I'm gonna be reacting to this for the first time. Right, set? So my bad.
All right, so Gino's gonna now let's pretend we're on a sidewalk in Sweden. What do we got here, Gino? Oh, here we go.
What's going on with that tongue there? Ugh. But then you look closer. Wait, is that a KFC logo right there? Okay, now I'm interested. And we can see the headline here, Jack. That computer shut off. But what I want to point out here, it's all about this bucket for one. And
Protect
that's so
your bucket
important.
for one.
Protect your bucket for one. okay, the law of contagion states that you will be disgusted by somebody else's tongue or saliva or DNA. However, if it's your own, you are more likely to be more comfortable for it. So by any means necessary, you're protecting your food, your chicken in this case scenario. And if I'm a walk buyer, I'm looking at this type of chicken here, I already know that this is KFC from that kind of flaky crust.
Oh, for sure.
And then you get the logo to reinforce it. So at first, yes, it's a risky play because it could be disgusting. You got the finger or JR, if you look at the tongue again for me, please, that could be gross to somebody that's walking by closely. However, if you do, look at the mustache hairs,
Oh
Jack.
my God.
That makes me think I should probably shave my mustache.
Yeah, it looks like this. It's a little bit of an unkept mustache, it looks like.
A little bit.
This a little bit of a Moldy Whopper insight sort of similarity, right? Like, why would you put your product in such a disgusting situation?
Right, Jack, but that's where creativity and strategy matters here. If you look closely, it all makes sense. Really, this could only be done by an agency that I called Agency of the Year last year, Uncommon. Any other things you want me to point out here, Jack?
No, it looks great. I think our one note production-wise is we'll probably get a tripod for this. At least
we're shaking.
But that was great. Really good. You can come back now. KFC's bucket for one on the green screen. The green screen cracks me up, and it's done by Uncommon. And KFC, one of those brands that's really feels like it's had a turnaround in the last few years, Gino. Their work with High Dive is great here stateside. They've worked with Mother London quite a bit. If you remember the KFC Colt work that they did, where it was like the massive golden egg, it was like a colt in the woods that like sacrificed someone. It got the most complaints of the year by like the British Advertising Standards Board. And which, yeah, like Gino was saying there, it's a good thing. I mean, you're sparking controversy. And KFC, a brand that kind of had sales declining for several years, has turned it around. And a big part of that has to be the creativity. Most recently, on the United States side, the Colonel has a new personality.
Yeah.
And that work is being led by the New York office of High Dive. So that's the KFC. That's KFC talk. What'd you think? How'd you think of it over there being in front of the green screen?
It's good over there. Getting more comfortable. We're going to get more, figuring out the framing of it. It's a tough thing there. So I have a lot of love for the weathermen out there.
That's Alix Vaden. He's a future account manager. He's in the LinkedIn comments right now. He said, quote, "Now for the weather, over to you, Gino."
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
Yeah,
we could have
the climate of advertising.
The climate is good. You could do the weather at different major advertising office locations. Up in Portland, in Wyden Land, it's 50 and rainy for the 87th consecutive day.
But the coffee's good.
Coffee tastes good. Every weather report includes a quick coffee update as well.
I like
that. But that was the green screen. The rest of the show is going to be great. I think we're getting things situated. But the next person that we're going to have on, if we want to tee this up, Gino, is going to be Jessica Williams.
Yeah.
She's the CMO at OnePay. What do you know about OnePay?
Not much, Jack.
Right.
I know that it's a financial app. It's like an everything financial institution. So banking, trading potentially, like you could do it all. All I know is that I don't have a lot of money, so I have to figure out how to get more money. But when I do have money, I might have to consider this.
Yeah, banking services. There's more of these popping up. It's I don't know how to define this because I'm thinking about the spectrum of like Cash App and Venmo all the way to a traditional bank.
Yeah.
And OnePay, I would say probably tries to go maybe in the middle or closer to a traditional bank. Also, like we talk a lot with the Coinbase crew.
Yeah.
Coinbase is an interesting one too because they kind of like started in crypto and they're using crypto as the new sort of traditional bank. So it's a really convoluted, almost messy marketplace. It's not very straightforward. And with all the regulation that occurs and like trying to figure out how to fit all these different financial institutions into similar buckets, it's got to be tough for people to market it, including people like Jessica. And so we're going to talk with her here in about a minute or two about the new role. She comes over from Shopify. It's her first CMO role. I'm going to ask, I don't know if OnePay has ever had a CMO before.
We got to ask.
I
think it's their first one, but we'll have to confirm with her.
Yeah, so it's going to be very fun. I think we got the go ahead. Let's bring in Jessica Williams, CMO at OnePay.
Hey guys.
Jessica, how are you doing? How is everything?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm great. I'm in New York, ready for the Knicks game tonight.
I don't know if you saw, but the Knicks, are you going into the stadium? Are you gonna be in the game?
Well, the game's in San Antonio, but there is a watch party at MSG that I'm going to. I'm very excited.
you're going to the watch party?
You're going to it. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
Are you going?
We broke that news. We're busy, Gino. I broke that news that the watch party is allowed. They're allowing it for tonight. So Jessica will be there. You're gonna be in one of those like side talk videos, like
I can't wait.
where you're
Side
like
talk's my
screaming
favorite.
and like
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We'll be on the lookout. So you got a new gig. So
I got a new gig.
New gig. How are you feeling about it?
I feel great. I'm on week, I think 3 now. I'm great. It's been wonderful. OnePay is, sort of new coming to the world. I'm excited to be their first CMO. They've got a great team here. It's a lot of ex-Goldman people building this new fintech app, and I'm excited to bring this thing to the world.
So help me with this, because we were talking about this before you came on live.
Yeah.
Help us navigate the landscape of fintech, financial institutions, because on one side, you do have like the Goldmans of the world. They're very traditional, very legacy. And then there's like the other side where I think about like a Cash App or a Venmo, which feels very new and almost doesn't even want to play in that world. Where does OnePay how would you define where OnePay sits in the landscape?
It's definitely more in the fintech category, so not traditional bank. Although I do think that, if you think about the world of, financial institutions, there are a lot of legacy banks that people love. However, they haven't innovated in the digital space, I think, as fast as some of these other new age digital fintechs, Chime, Cash App, even things like Venmo. And so, now most of our lives are digitally, and they really solve a sort of singular problem for someone. So Venmo, you can do P2P payments, Cash App, same thing. What OnePay does is really take all of those individual pieces and bring it together into one app. So you can hold your banking, your checking, your savings, your invest, your crypto, your credit cards, your P2P payments all in one place. And they make it super simple, very easy, sort of for the average American, not, a lot of some of these platforms cater to a high net worth individual or someone very invested in crypto. This is for everyone, making it very easy to hold your entire financial life in one place.
Okay.
So where is the brand now and where do you want to take it?
That is a great question.
Boom.
The product has been around for about 4 years, and the team has mostly been building in stealth because they wanted the product to be the best that it could be before it was brought to the world. That's with the exception of Walmart. So for the last 4 years, it is integrated into the Walmart ecosystem. So both the employees and the customers can use OnePay. OnePay is also the credit card of Walmart. And so there is a large customer base already, but now they're ready to bring it to the rest of the world. And so that's what I'm here to do, which is to really build the brand of OnePay and make it so that not just those who have been exposed to it through the various ecosystems like Walmart, but the rest of Americans can use it as well.
So that feels like a big partnership. Walmart. We were just looking at the website, made for your Walmart runs. So what is that? How does that even like happen? And then also, where do you take it? Using that and leveraging the Walmart ecosystem to help move the brand forward.
Yeah, I think the most interesting piece is that, this product is world class. And the two founders came out of Goldman Sachs. They built Marcus there at Goldman, which is their personal finance app, and brought a lot of those folks over. And so again, the product was really built out of a business opportunity, but also the realization that the current financial system doesn't work for most Americans. And so, if you think about Walmart as being a test bed for, you know, an average American consumer, and really thinking about scaling a business without having an expensive CAC to acquire someone. Well, now they've got a very sizable business and are ready to take this world-class product to the rest of Americans. And I think there's something for everyone here. And so what will be an interesting marketing challenge is, you know, for those who are using other crypto apps or other invest apps, or who hold, you know, they're checking in a few different categories. Like, how do you get somebody to come over and do it all in one place? And I think that's done through, again, having a world-class product that offers something that, you know, no one else can. And then hopefully having some really interesting marketing to bring people over.
Gino, it looks like Gino is raising his hand.
I have a
Yes.
big time question.
here. Here we go.
You're gonna like this one.
This is the big time question presented by Rothmans.
Okay,
All
ready
right.
for it.
My question to you is, how are you going to do this large campaign? Because we're talking about it here. Are you going to do this internally? Is there going to be an external agency that you're going to look for? Is there one now? Can we talk about it? You can elbow me out of the way if you'd like to.
Okay, well, I think it's not going to be one big campaign. If I learned anything from Shopify and Coinbase, it's that the community really builds these kinds of companies, right? Like, Coinbase was all about crypto community first and really rolling everything out, and language that, you know, was really an if you know, you know kind of mentality, and then bringing that to everyone outside of the crypto community. For Shopify, we built everything for entrepreneurs, and it was really a powered by brand. And so the community led on everything, and we were really the supporter there. I think there's something really interesting to that, where we're not pushing, you know, the OnePay product narrative, but really pushing the stories of those who this product supports, which are far more interesting. Like, nobody wants to hear from a brand. They want to hear from creators, from, you know, people who are using the product, from entrepreneurs, from, you know, business owners, from pickleball players, from sewing experts, from, you know, everything where communities congregate. And so I don't think it'll be a big launch campaign. I think it will be a lot of very small, very niche campaigns within the communities that care about their financial apps.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a trend we'll see more, even brands outside of tech? Because I don't know, I think the value of like the big campaign doesn't hold the same weight with how quickly people move on from trends, how quick culture is moving, and how fragmented media is. Is it almost like it's just always on? I think you see like DoorDash, I think, is a good example, where like they don't really do like big campaigns. They kind of just are constantly on with their campaigns.
Absolutely shifted from Super Bowl to now social and these little, what you're saying, these targeted hit and runs, if you will.
Thoughts on that, Jessica?
Yeah, DoorDash does it so well. Kofi, before he left, I think really implemented this mentality. Look, there's really only, I don't know, maybe 3 water cooler moments in any given year. It's Super Bowl. Most people can't afford that. This year it's FIFA, which again is impossible to break through on, and most can't afford it. And then, you know, there are a few others that are around, probably sports, maybe some cultural moments like elections and things like that. For everyone else, it is literally always on, and there's really no one message that works for everyone anymore. It is, you are only scrolling through the things that you care about. You're only listening to the creators, the influencers, the friends that you care about. And there's really no like media buy that's going to get you into everything. And so I think what's a more interesting marketing challenge is, how do you really tailor your marketing to speak to all of those audiences in a way that makes sense for them? And I mean, creators are such a huge part of that. So that will definitely be, you know, a core strategy. But I think there's so much interesting stuff going on. Podcasters, I mean, you guys know, all new media formats, clipping. And so I'm really excited to just try a whole bunch of stuff to back up a really excellent product to get into people's feeds.
I'm curious too, though, like with that strategy, you still need to identify the targets, and you mentioned a few here, but like how important is the segmentation of your target audience? And so you're not just shooting around blindly, that you know who you're talking to.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing with fintech is that the target audience is most often everyone, which is a terrible target audience because you can't really be everything to everyone. And so what I think will be an interesting challenge here is really figuring out not just like demographic audience segments, but psychographics, who really is looking to consolidate their financial life, who isn't being served by the current big banks, or who wants to mature out of their credit union, or who is ready to start their first, investment for their kids' future or for their retirement. And so those are the places where I think are most interesting. And again, not targeting them based on their current situation, but maybe where they want to go or what they're interested in, or sort of the things that they're following in the world.
It's the exact opposite of like a brand. I'm just first one that came to mind is like a dude wipes. Like that's exactly what they have, one target audience. They know them so well. I mean, it's the complete opposite.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
Explain
Dude Wipes
further.
has a very clear target audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you do the
Yes.
marketing for Dude
Yeah.
Wipes, you
Right.
don't really have to like worry about the segmentation
Yeah.
of that product.
You-
Like you kind of just
one
dudes,
voice.
and you know what what dudes are.
Yeah,
But this is
right.
the complete opposite.
Yeah. I mean, like Jessica's saying, it's a great marketing challenge.
Yeah.
I want Gino, you mentioned that there's no media buy or media strategy that could talk to
yes.
everyone. Gino actually a couple weeks ago debuted the perfect media strategy. If he could just maybe pitch it to you right now.
Yeah. So assuming you have unlimited budget, of course, you can easily
Unlimited,
just
yeah.
you can reach
Obviously.
ubiquity across your product, and that would be Super Bowl, that would be FIFA, that would be the Oscars, that would be the Grammys. Of course, there's a lot of ads that you need to do
Yeah.
during these things here. You would also need to be involved in NIL on every major college campus and having 1 to 2 athletes, the best athletes, quarterbacks, whatever, on each campus. And then you also will need at least 1,000 influencers in these
Yeah.
different sub niches, like you mentioned as well. And that should get you to pretty much all of the US for sure.
Everyone. So Jessica, thoughts on that? Pretty solid case by Gino.
Clearly, with an unlimited budget, that sounds perfect. I actually think you can eliminate the first 4. Look, Super Bowl is the ultimate. It's what everyone aspires to, but there's still so much work that you have to do to make sure that Super Bowl works for you. And it is all of the other stuff that you talked about, which is NIL, it's creators, it's unique social media content. It is the Clippers. It's because you still need to get into people's feeds. I mean, how many people are not watching the commercials anymore, who are watching Super Bowl on their phones, or who in a bar or whatever it may be? And so again, I think there has to be so much surround sound on everything these days that sometimes the surround sound works better. I mean, if we're taking DoorDash as the example, they didn't buy a Super Bowl commercial. They had a piece of social media content that went so viral that it went better than a Super Bowl commercial. Same thing with TBPN, like bought a very regional and then it went so viral. So I think there's a really unique strategy here where you're taking the cultural moments and you're taking the media buy out of the big piece and really making it into a cultural moment itself.
This is like why it's like so important to know your brand, like know yourself. You're not Coca-Cola. Don't try and do this like you're not Lay's. The Super Bowl works for Lay's for a lot of different reasons. But like I think that sometimes I imagine a marketer or a brand might make a mistake in looking at the execution as the thing to take inspiration from versus looking at like the real insight or the strategy as to why that media buy or media strategy might work. And Jessica, it sounds like from this conversation, like the media strategy has never been more important either. And if you're trying to be like a brand that really wants to cut through, it's like organic social, it's niche influencers, it's creators, and you build like from that subculture and grow out.
I couldn't agree more. I think Ramp did this really well. I'm sure this is another brand that's talked about a lot here, which is, they decided to do the Super Bowl after this piece of social media content went so well with Kevin from The Office.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't start as a piece of television ad creative. It started as a social media campaign that snowballed into, and I heard you talking about Vayner earlier. Like, that is the strategy, which is put out enough social social content, organic social content, that you understand what works, what doesn't, what is snowballing, will work on television. It really is like good creative works anywhere. I don't think we have to be making things specifically for a certain medium anymore. It's really making things that people want to watch, that are funny, that are culturally relevant, and then snowballing that into a campaign that perhaps goes on TV.
My last thing, how much, I guess, liberty are you being given, or freedom, when it comes to the marketing side? Obviously, it started by some Goldman guys. You would look at that, you'd say, uh-oh, there's gonna be no creativity here. I of course have the utmost respect. I don't mean that, but I'm just speaking on stereotypes. But so how much creative freedom are you being given to like really take control of the brand?
If you met the founders, these are not typical Goldman guys. They are far more startup founders than they were Goldman. The freedom is vast, which I also think makes the creativity challenge really unique. Again, we're building for a majority of Americans, and I think a lot of times creative is built for LA, San Francisco, New York, really sort of like the coasts. And so, an interesting opportunity to really dig into the communities that really sit maybe in places that are overlooked. So I'm excited to get into the creative challenge. A lot of like foundational work that we're just jumping into, but hopefully in a few months you will have seen a few things from us and I can come back on and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I'm pumped.
It makes sense. The Walmart partnership is making more and more sense by the second, Gino.
Yes, it's an awesome one.
Jessica, thank you so much for joining the show. Absolute pleasure, and congrats on the new gig. We'll certainly be on the lookout and excited. Recurring guest,
Amazing.
Jessica Williams.
Thank you. Go Knicks.
Go Knicks. Love that.
I was going to say,
Thanks,
the world is your oyster.
Ooh, love that.
She heard it too.
Yeah, that's great. That's so yeah, she's the world is your oyster. The world, who else's world is someone's oyster? Kenny Gold.
Kenny G.
Kenny G is the new, he's going to be joining here shortly.
Let's talk about that. Where would you start? I'm going to backtrack a little bit if that's okay.
Okay.
So
let's talk.
You can target anybody. You have to target everybody. What do? You have to pick a starting point, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So
do you win one?
Let's say I'm OnePay. I am Jessica.
Yeah.
How would I do this? You have to.
Hard.
I would follow. This is gonna be dope. Such a dope answer by me. I would go like A24 playbook and start at like a very subculture niche thing.
But what if you get too affiliated with that subculture?
I think that like you see with A24 like Backrooms, that was like a very, what the hell is pasta horror, creepy pasta.
Okay,
I don't know what that is, but then it becomes like a big, everyone knows about that movie now.
True.
And it started from a very niche subculture. Similarly, like Marty Supreme and Ping Pong.
Right.
Like I guess their marketing was really not targeted towards ping pong players, but I think there's something about going super subculture-y if you want to try to appeal to everyone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was looking at the specific example, but if you're looking at act like A24,
exactly.
Create all these little sub things that blow up and act like a media company, if you will.
Yeah, I guess.
Or a production company.
I guess so. It's a tall task, but you have to. That's the only way. Like, that's how you go viral. Yeah. I'm just thinking, essentially, like, if you're trying to appeal to everyone, all you have to do is go viral. Look at that. There it is. Look at that. That's Gino.
That doesn't look like
Gino.
me.
That's creepypasta. That was Gino 2 weeks ago.
That was not me.
Can we pull that back up?
Yeah, let's
get that back up. Oh, jeez.
You think I look like
at this
that?
guy. That's what you look like. No, that's you.
That is not me.
That's clearly you.
That's somebody else.
Very obviously you. Look at this. Look at this guy.
I started to moisturize my face now. Am I shiny? Because I have the SPF on?
Yeah, you're glistening.
I'm like Edward Scully.
Scissorhands.
What's his name?
You're Edward Scissorhands.
Ed Scully?
Ed Scully? Who is Ed Scully?
They're from the vampire movie in the sun.
Never seen that.
Twilight.
No, I don't watch Twilight. Ed Horton? What's his name? Ed?
What's the guy's name?
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Cullen?
Edward Cullen. Robert Pattinson. Edward Cullen.
What was his name in the movie, though? Yeah, Edward Cullen.
There. Look at Gino here.
Ed Scully, that Sullivan. Remember him from Lombard?
Vin Scully, the LA Dodgers announcer is who I was thinking of, but you are Edward Cullen. That is, can we pull up the back rooms, the picture of Gino?
You don't have to keep pulling it up.
Yeah, there it is. Great. Look at
This is not me.
I mean, you guys.
I have never looked like that. That is AI. That's AI slop. You are being fooled by AI slopification.
Love AI.
If you believe that,
Love
audience.
AI. This graphic is brought to you by Rothmans. Rothmans, get all your menswear. It's the place to be. Personal stylists. They are not salespeople. They're Rothmans. Check them out. New York City location. Their flagship in Union Square. That's where Gino got that suit he's wearing. That's where he got the suit.
The suit does look good on that guy. That's not me, but he's dressed well. But that's not me.
You look great. You feel great. You play great.
If I looked like that, you think I'd still be on the show? You wouldn't work here.
Is there an industry that you would not want to be the CMO in?
Ooh, that one. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah, that would be a battle.
That one.
The regulation is just brutal.
Anything, yeah.
Healthcare would be tough. I feel like that's an easy answer though. I would not be good in CPG.
Oh yeah, I think the product tastes really good.
It's so hard. CPG, it feels like that is such a slog. So much competition, and you're competing with celebrities.
And they got all the data. If they know about where everything is coming from, who's buying it, and like all the sales data, you can't hide.
Oh,
like as a CMO, your job is to sell. And if you're not working and it's not working,
any industry. No, that's not a good answer. But I'm just saying, there's just an added weight of pressure when it's a business. You have to buy the product and then sell it, and then it's like razor thin margins for, you're selling like a bag of chips for $4 or whatever, and it's like, to make the bag of chips, it was $1.22.
Yeah.
$3.99. Now we do our sales promotion. That is like full funnel to the max.
Yeah.
You talk about like the customer journey. I feel like that's like the origination. The customer, like anything where you have to like grab it at the store.
Oh yeah.
And pick it, like it becomes such a crapshoot. Like the thing, how you make the decision, it feels less.
Just probably do a bunch of buy one get one free deals.
BOGO Nation.
Just do a bunch of price promotions all.
And then it's like where you're, like when I go to Whole Foods and I see the bag of chips at the top level.
I can't reach that.
I can't reach it.
Can't reach it.
And I'm not gonna ask. As a man, I can't ask another human to help me get
and you
something.
You can't be jumping up and down at Whole Foods.
That's not appropriate. That's
inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate. I'm going to tee up again. Our next guest is going to be Kenny Gold. Hopefully he joins here shortly. But Global Chief Creator Officer of Edelman, Gino. So it's a big role. It's, I think, a new role.
It's got to be a new role.
We've heard of the Global Chief Creative Officer. This is the Creator Officer. How are you feeling about it?
I have no clue what this means. So is he like running the creator operations at Edelman? And what else does that mean?
He was at Deloitte Digital. Well, in his headline, he says, building the creator economy's next chapter, where creators, AI, and earned media converge to humanize brands at scale. So the whole thing we just talked about with Jessica.
It makes sense to me.
Like this is the next phase, is you have to get the creators involved. You have to pick the right creators. There's so many of them going to their different channels, and like there's so much research that has to be involved.
Right.
Because you can't just be like, I'm going to buy all those impressions like you can when you buy media.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, if you want to win on social, like organic is the best way to win.
Yep.
And you do it with creators.
And these creators are, it's so dynamic. Like you could be a sponsor of a live show, and then your production team puts up an AI generated photo of the host, and then you have a Rothmans ad read. Like you just never know with some of these creators here.
Well, just don't do it with live creators. That would be my one piece of advice.
Right.
Do not. Unless you're Rothmans. Shout out to Rothmans.
Let the record show that photo is not AI. I made it with blood, sweat, and tears. I made it from scratch.
Oh, you cut it. You printed out the picture.
Yes,
you painted this?
I painted it. Yes. It's like the Sistine Chapel. This is my Sistine Chapel.
We're hoping that Kenny G can join
really
us shortly.
praying.
And I'm sure Ali's hard at work, clearly. And on that, and when he does arrive, I will be asking him a lot of hard-hitting questions.
What's the hardest question you're going to ask him?
Where do you get off?
Why creators?
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Spell Edelman, Gino.
Edelman.
This is why we do it live. This is why
Fun
we do
facts
it
about
live.
Edelman.
You're first.
My first job in advertising was at Edelman. I got into their rotational program. It was very hard to get into. 1,600 applicants, only 8 admitted. I was one of the 8 and never got to do it because of the pandemic.
Well, it sounds like we're about to have Kenny G join here shortly in probably the next minute or so. So get excited. Kenny Gold just got hired as the Global Chief Creator Officer at Edelman. And he's going to join us to talk about the new gig and what we can expect from him and the team at Edelman to be running creatorship. So let's bring him in. Kenny Gold, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
What a
Congrats
moment.
on the new role, sir. Global Chief Creator Officer over at Edelman. Why take this job?
Creators are innately human, and that's what drives so much incredible storytelling, incredible trust with their communities. It is what drives earned loyalty, and there is no better place on the planet to talk about earned, to talk about storytelling, and to talk about trust than Edelman.
I like
So,
that. I
come
mean,
on.
Edelman, one of the
Come
largest
on.
PR companies in the world. It used to be you would be guaranteed press if you worked with Edelman. They will figure it out. They are machines at getting you earned content, getting you featured in the New York Times or an Ad Age or whatever the publications you fancy.
The game hath changed, Gino, but it seems like Edelman's kind of at the front. I've never heard of a chief creator officer. Kenny, have you?
we're changing the game.
Love it.
That's the point. This is a signal to the market that organizations should be having leaders who are dedicated to connecting with creators, building impeccable relationships with them and their teams, helping them build their businesses, but also being a steward and shepherding those brands and how they drive those relationships with creators. C-suites evolve, and bringing in someone in the top tier of your organization to talk about creator, to be defenders for creators, but also to be the spark behind great work is critical. So this is an investment from Edelman in driving the future. We're not just a part of the creator economy; we want to lead it, and that's what this role shows.
Yeah, the idea of building relationships with the creators feels like something that is like creator economy is just in its maturity cycle. And like at first it was kind of like, all right, spray and pray with all these different creators, but it sounds like the next evolution is really building a network and like building trust with these creators to just get deeper knowledge and insight. Am I accurate?
That's spot
here?
on.
Yeah, what happens next with the maturity cycle?
So think about it. According to last year's trust barometer from Edelman, 58% of consumers trust what a creator has to say about a brand more than the CEO of that brand. So creators are the tip of the spear for the future of business transformation. So where do we take it from here? The creator economy is growing up. We want to build infrastructure around that. We want to integrate technology and data into that. We want to show continuous ROI on investment in creator. We want to make sure that there is world-class vetting around creators, and that we are not only protecting the creator's brand, but the clients that we work with. So just like social was 15 years ago, just like the internet was maybe 20 to 25 years before that, creators now in that maturation phase. And that means infrastructure, that means guardrails and guidelines, and really ensuring that this relationship between the brand, the creator, and the platform is one that is sustainable and fruitful for all involved.
So you might have already asked this, and you guys already might have covered this, but I just wanted to reiterate. So why is the moment now to have you in this role?
So there has been incredible work done at Edelman to date in the creator space. They're serving our clients day in and day out. You have people like Ty Vaught and Brooks Miller and Sarah Rezai, Camilla Pachon, and we have Joe Buford, Alyssa So. This incredible global team has already been doing this work. The Edelman creator team is 200 strong. The time is now to go from being a part of the creator space to leading the creator space. This is the third year, I believe, at Cannes, where there's going to be a dedicated creator track. And we're still getting questions from both brands and creators on how to handle that and what to do. So when you hear creators asking those questions, when you hear brands asking those questions, it becomes infinitely clear that this is the time to be investing in the space. Furthermore, the entire media landscape is changing. You don't need to be a traditional media company anymore to drive this space. Creators, look at the two of you.
Thank you,
You guys are a
Kenny.
media company. You're changing the landscape. This is really the moment where you invest and double down in building this infrastructure.
For sure. I'm almost seeing Edelman. Edelman is like, I mean this in a good way, like the grown up in the room for the creator economy. Like help shepherd in and make this, put some infrastructure behind it.
Yes.
Grow it up.
Need that.
Create some efficiency in it versus there's so many. In our experience, I think there's so many like influencer marketing teams at brands that are stretched so thin that they just are responsible for so much because they're trying to even figure out what is the process, what are the roles involved. So like, I wonder, like for Edelman and Kenny, like, do you all see that? Is that kind of like something that you're addressing as well, as like working with these influencer marketing teams at brands, or what's the relationship with the brands that you work with?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we are building relationships both with the creators themselves and the creator teams within brands. It is critical for us to sit at the center of that and help shepherd those relationships and connect those dots. Why do we do that? Because we can initiate a process where we get the most out of the creator by giving them the space to be themselves, to co-create with brands, but also give brands the tools and infrastructure and those creator teams the extra set of hands to really manage what's going on. What does that entail? World-class vetting, making sure creators are compensated correctly, ensuring that when the brief comes, it's not just the brand telling the creator what to do. Brands cannot treat creators like billboards. They're living, breathing humans. So how do we make sure that that relationship is a healthy one? And then facilitating that work going into market. And most importantly, being able to measure on the back that it actually worked. So we are playing a role in that end-to-end process and sitting as consultants and supporters and drivers for both the creators and the brands themselves.
Got it. So so you're working with creators and the brands, like who would come to you first? Like what's the workflow of how this initiates?
So the beauty is it can go in both directions. So actually this year at Cannes at Edelman House, we built this creator lab. Think of us as almost like creator sommeliers. And what we're going to be doing is
consigliere. Can we maybe consigliere, creator consigliere? Get a little alliteration.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do that. Creator consiglieres. Sure. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll road test it. How about that?
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. We'll circle back.
Yeah. There you go. Let's jargon it up. So at Edelman House, we have this creator lab, and we're going to be connecting over 170 creators, matchmaking with clients, with brands, with leaders, and not with the necessary agenda of like make a deal right now, but what are the creators working on? What are the brands interested in? Where could there be some sort of symbiotic relationship that can take place? Because the creator economy, unlike any other media channel, is not about just set it and forget it. It really is about building long-term relationships so that you can interact and work together to do what's right for both the creator's audience and the brand.
Yeah, this is I feel like with creators, like the best relationships, and I think like this is where I feel like Edelman would be so good for, is what you're talking about with those long-term relationships, because it's so much better when it's like a creator has an idea for something that they want to do, and then they can go to a brand and be like, hey, I want to do this. Do you want to come in with me to like partner to fund it or like bring it to life, or we can integrate your brand into it? That feels so much better. That feels versus like what you're saying, which is let's make this creator into a billboard.
It's like it's perfect for this brand.
Yeah. So I think that could be an interesting thing.
Yeah. That is an interesting thing. It's also why Creator doesn't just sit in a vacuum at Edelman. We're a part of our broader integrated solutions. We're working with social, we're working with paid, we're working with PR, we're working with crisis and brand advocacy and all the different components of what Edelman has to offer. Creator on its own is valuable, but it is not it's not bulletproof.
Right.
Creator integrated into a broader system helps drive even greater success. And on the flip side, we see that from clients. Creator is no longer just about being integrated into marketing. Creator is a full C-suite endeavor that should mean something to the CMO, the CEO, and beyond. So Edelman's perfectly situated. We've been advising brands on how they talk to the world for decades.
Yeah.
And Creator is the next great frontier in that space.
Yeah, I love it. And then the other side, of course, brands got a campaign, and now you go and you have all these creators. It's like, oh, I'm a lifestyle creator, or like I'm a creator that does this specific thing. They would be a great person to help with the campaign that the brand has going on. Last thing, Kenny, are you running the New York City Marathon this fall?
I'm running Chicago.
Okay.
So I ran New York last year. I'm definitely running Chicago this year. My legs feel up. Are you guys running New York?
No. Unless,
Come
I
on,
mean,
guys.
listen, if a brand was interested in coming in, I'll just wear the
What brand would you want to run for?
I don't know. I would, of course, an Edelman brand that they work with. Of course, right, Kenny?
Okay. Good pitch. I like it. Let's see what we can do.
Well,
no New York.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, obviously, Kenny, the people are going to be asking about, you know, what time are we looking to get in the Chicago Marathon? What's the goal? How are you feeling going into it?
All right, let's just put the stake in the ground. We're going to go for 3:45.
Okay.
If we can do it, that means everything worked out. But maybe you'll have me back in late October. We can see how it went.
Kenny, we can have you calling live from the marathon trail. I want to catch you at mile 15.
Yeah.
Midway through. I think that would be incredible content.
Now we're talking.
I think what the people want is to see me at mile 20, not mile 15.
Well, is that the hardest part? Is the hardest part of the marathon is that 20 to 26?
Yeah, so in New York in particular, it's actually really interesting. Everybody always talks about the bridge. The bridge. The hardest part of the New York City Marathon is when you run back into Manhattan on Fifth Avenue. It is gradually uphill.
Oh.
You don't even know it. So that's mile 22 through 24. Then you enter into the park and you're like just elated and happy because you're almost done.
Yeah.
But the uphill is brutal. A woman tried to cross the street in front of me in November and she wiped out, cracked her phone. And I like really had to fight the urge to either like stop and help her up, but like also try and make my time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, sorry, ma'am, I'm off.
Oh, yeah. But you had to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
So my last question, you talked about the gradual uphill. Is there anything in the creator economy where it feels like we're still battling an uphill battle
Wow, good
to push
question.
the creator economy forward?
What a segue. Let creators cook. Seriously. The creators know their audiences better than a brand could ever know their audiences. There's a reason that they have earned the trust that they have from that community. So we're still fighting that battle day in and day out. And I'll say it, I'll scream it from the rooftops. You'll hear me screaming it from the Quasset as well. Pay your creators on time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Seriously. That is.
Pay them.
Why is that? Why
I
is
agree with
that?
that.
Why is that such a? I don't know. There's a lot of.
It's new. It's new.
Yeah. I mean,
Because this is what happens when you treat something brand new like what you think it is. Like people treat creator like it's just a typical media channel. And maybe there were 60-day or 90-day payment terms and that was okay because they were big companies with a lot of inventory and they could carry the cost of doing business. Creators are human beings. There's a reason that they're doing this and that they've earned this trust, right? So when it comes to that, there are creators who are putting their entire business operation on their credit cards, maxing them out day in and day out. For me, it's you have to treat creators differently. They're human beings, and that's what we want to make sure we facilitate.
Love that because it's like it feels similar to like a freelancer. I don't know, and I don't know what the freelance payment terms are. I've never freelanced, but I imagine they're a little bit tighter than like the net 30 or net 60.
I've never freelanced either.
Dang it. Someone in the chat let us know.
Should we I just got this new job, so I can't freelance yet. But like maybe in the future.
Yes, sounds good. So we will also we will not tell anyone that you said that, and we'll
cool. Yeah, cut that.
Yeah, that's between us. That's between us. That's why we do it live, Gino. That was a great clip. We can clip that. That'd be a great
Please.
Kenny Cole. No, we won't do that. We won't do that, Kenny.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for joining the show. Anything else, Gino?
No, Kenny G, we wish you all the best in the marathon, in the creator world. You guys, I mean, the grown-ups in the room, Edelman in the creator economy. I like that take, Jack. Congratulations to you, Kenny, on the new role.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
See ya. Kenny G, great convo. Great episode, Gino.
That's a great soundbite that you said about that. Like, there needs to be grown-ups in this creator economy world.
Yes.
And that was good.
Thank you.
I'm just giving you, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Which
Edelman,
camera am I looking at? This one?
Straight up, the Edelman, but isn't it though? Because kudos to them and a brand like Edelman that's been around for so long to continue to adapt.
Yeah.
And like, could be, I mean, do you still think that they're mostly known for the PR work?
Not anymore. I mean, since Brooks has been in the freaking corner.
Yeah, Brooks Miller. I feel like the creator team has really, they put a lot of resources behind the creator team, and now they have a chief creator officer. It's really interesting. I don't think that's the last time. I wonder if brands will start having. Like you could call it either chief creator officer, chief influencer officer,
CIO.
Do you think that would make sense? Like.
Is that different from the CMO?
Right.
Does creator fall within marketing? Yes.
This is
I don't know.
To talk to you, because I don't have a lot of data points on this, but the one that I do have was with the team at Air. I think that because they have
a CMO.
Jeffrey, who is feels like the CMO, head of marketing is what they call him.
Yes.
And then they have Ari, and Ari at Air is essentially the head of content.
Yep.
And they have their in-house agency, they call it, but for most brands, it's just like your marketing team, your creative studio, lab, you'll call it. I think that you're gonna see more of this, like the CMO who runs the marketing operations, the full funnel, the performance stuff, like owning the funnel of it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna need a whole team that's dedicated just to get people into the top of funnel.
Yes.
Do you think that?
I think it's
do you
worked
think it's
for
already
them.
happening?
It's working really well for Air, and that's because they communicate really well, and they have their established teams. They work together. That works really well. If people take that playbook, it will absolutely freaking work.
Because they do it well because those two teams are so connected. So you once you get someone into the social content team, gets awareness, people into the funnel. They have a ton of things that people don't really see to get that data and information.
Yeah, naturally, because you can't see all this stuff. You have to be lower down.
Yeah, so you're lower down. They have the funnel there and the performance stuff and the operations and the process that works.
That's one people should look into. For sure.
Like a CMO and then a chief creative officer, like Pepsi.
Chief content officer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Mr. Chris Bellinger at PepsiCo is the chief creative officer. So
yeah,
it's a different type of content and different type of creative for that brand.
Yeah. Called chief brand officer potentially as well.
So Paul is saying head of writing, head of design, head of audio, head of audio video. You need a lot of different. You kind of need it if you're gonna try and get.
What's a brand that doesn't have to advertise?
The DMV.
Yeah. Well, they need PR help. They need some help for sure.
For sure.
They need.
I wonder what's a brand that doesn't need what you said advertising?
Yeah, I don't think there is one.
Is it?
Because they all need it. If there's competition, you'll always need advertising.
There's got to be one. What is something I've bought but it wasn't because I saw it.
This is like the cerulean reference. You didn't think advertising didn't make that decision for you.
What?
The cerulean blue.
What's cerulean blue?
I thought you were a fan of that movie. Devil Wears Prada.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Well, it's like the part when it's like,
you
you didn't think.
Was she becoming resentful of is that when she becomes resentful of the fashion industry?
Yeah, she's like, who cares? They're same color. And then,
Right.
And then Meryl Streep looks at her and like, that blue that you're wearing was decided for you months ago.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, and it trickled down into the sale bin.
The wheel.
The wheel. Yeah, is that a brand? Is that a brand or is that just a product?
At some point.
Yeah.
It's just a product. Yeah. Well, that was the show. Thank you all for tuning in. We had a great show. If you missed it, go back and watch. We had Jessica Williams, who is the new Chief Marketing Officer at OnePay. OnePay is a brand you're going to be hearing a lot from. If you don't know them, you're about to know them because Jessica is a beast. So she's going to get the brand story out there. She talked about the strategy and how she's going to do it. Then we talked to Kenny G, the new Global Chief Creator Officer at Edelman, a newly created role. Kenny G had some great tidbits about creators and how brands can work with them.
He crushed it.
And what people are doing wrong and what they can be doing right. And
we
at the
kicked
beginning
the
of
show off. We
Yeah.
kicked the show off with the graduates of the Academy. That's Goodby Silverstein and Partners internal portfolio school. We had 9 people on, 1 interview segment. No issues, really.
Yeah, they were great.
There was no tech issues I was more so referring to. They crushed it. So they're going to be getting jobs. 2 people already had an internship at BBDO from that. That you might think that's weird, but that's what it's all about.
And then Gina went to the green screen. If you want to see the green screen again for KFC's new campaign by Uncommon in Stockholm about getting people that don't touch my chicken, I just licked it. I just licked my chicken so you can't touch it. That's essentially
You can't have
the
it. I
campaign.
licked it.
And so thank you all so much. We're back tomorrow for our last show of the week. Tomorrow, Thursday, live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. This was presented by Rothmans Menswear, taking New Yorkers as they are for 100 years and dressing them better. Thank you so much. Follow us at Breaking and Entering Marketing News. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Finger guns.